It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and with an estimated 87% of Aussie shoppers set to click their way to the checkout.
Wow.
What are your rights when it comes to buying online versus in-store?
That's a lot of us, hey, from the rise of the Instagram shopper to silly season scams. Before you go on a digital shopping spree, it's important that you read that fine print. Who ever does that?
Yeah, which is the boring stuff, right? Hello, Jo.
Good morning.
Jo Ucukalo here with more. What are our rights when it comes to online shopping versus purchasing it from a shop?
So you've got the exact same rights if you purchase within Australia. So if you purchase overseas, particularly the US, the Australian consumer laws don't apply. So if you do buy from a merchant in Australia, same rules.
All right, before we start clicking away there, tell us what are some of the biggest traps we need to be aware of?
So with online shopping, generally it's the hidden costs. So it might be postage, it might be, special delivery fees, anything like that. So have a look at all of that, perhaps currency conversion. But yeah, so there's a few key things, particularly around returns. So they might not have as great returns policies as we do with bricks and mortar stores.
Yeah, sure, right. And you've written scams there. What online scams do we need to be on the lookout for, particularly at this time of year when we're busy?
Yes, so fakes is common at Christmas time and all year round, but particularly you might not even think food, so fakes on food. Delivery, so we're all expecting these parcels to start getting delivered. So if you start receiving emails that say, you've had a delivery, you need to pay a re-delivery fee because we weren't able to deliver, that could be a scam.
I get those all the time.
Yeah.
And just delete, but that's a really common one you need to be aware of.
Adele fans were left furious after they bought some tickets online, right, for an Australian concert, and then the money was refunded hours later, no explanation.
I heard about this.
Yeah, how do we explain
so what happens, with popular things like this, we have 100,000 people all trying to buy the same item at the same time. So it appears that they've had a system issue, some money was taken from people's accounts, and then 24 hours later it was refunded because they didn't have the tickets available to sell. But why people get really angry is scalpers then come along and jack up the price. So you're left with no ticket, and very disappointing.
Yeah, so what rights do they have there?
There's not a lot that can be done besides putting pressure on these big websites to get their systems in place to make sure it doesn't happen again.
But also in that case, she's announced a second show. For those people that were mucked around the first time, you would like to think that the touring company might give them first rights for the second concert.
You would like to think, but it gets difficult when we're dealing with the online space.
Yeah, it's not even the touring company, it's just the
it's the ticket,
outsourced ticketing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a ticketing company
that's
not been, their website hasn't been able to.
She's got a lot of fans out there, angry fans. People shopping using Instagram is pretty popular now.
Yes.
How's that work?
So this is new. So Instagram is a website where you can see pictures from your friends, and what they've done now is put in the mechanism for brands to do advertising. So they'll advertise you a sweater, and you might click on it and then link to their website to buy it from their website.
It passes you on, it passes you forward, basically.
That's right. So the same rules apply as if you bought with that merchant directly. All that Instagram does is it's almost like the online catalogue. So they just show you what's available. They don't provide you any payment protection. You really do still need to check what the terms and conditions are for that website you're buying.
Do the same rules apply across all internet platforms? So is the Instagram rule the same as eBay rule, same as Facebook rule?
No. So the good thing about eBay and PayPal is they do provide buyer and seller protection, but only in certain circumstances. Again, there's terms and conditions, but they do have really good protection mechanisms that if something goes wrong, you don't receive the item, eBay will give you protection. But Instagram, you just need to think of it like the catalogues that get delivered in the mailbox.
Okay. What happens when the product doesn't live up to the perfectly filtered picture that we might see online?
So you should really be aware that if it isn't the right colour, you can ask for a refund on that, because the Australian consumer laws say that it needs to match what's been sold to you, which means the colour, the size, the description. So you are entitled to a refund where it doesn't look like it should look.
What if some of the online sites are saying delivery before Christmas? What if they don't live up to that promise?
Okay.
And you don't get this stuff like
now,
this?
Now, this is a big one, and I've had it happen to me. So the best, unfortunately, this is a bad situation, but the best case is to prevent rather than to try to resolve it. So shop early. use tracking, so where there is the option to track your parcel, that's a really great option there, but it's really difficult at the busy period to then go and say, hang on, you've got to get this to me tomorrow.
But what if they've said on their website, guaranteed delivery, and it doesn't arrive by Christmas?
What I would be doing is definitely asking for a refund. Ask for a refund, and then you're probably likely to get a store credit.
Hey Jo,
yes,
we're out of time, but before we say goodbye, do these companies, organisations, platforms take it for granted that no one will ever read 6 pages of fine print for terms and conditions?
That is pretty much true, but if you do a quick search that says, complaints, use that company's name and complaints, you'll see what comes out.